If you'd like to open your own food business, make sure you watch this video to learn why cloud kitchens are perhaps one of the best new food business ideas, especially in this post-pandemic world. If you would like to hear more on how you can start your own food business or grow sales in your existing venue, make sure you press subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications for every time we drop a new video. Hi, I'm Rowena. I'm based in Sydney, Australia. I'm a food consultant who has worked with literally hundreds of cafes, restaurants and other food businesses over the years to truly skyrocket their sales. So if you're thinking about opening your dream food business, make sure you tune in. We specialise in low cost and no cost strategies to really get your business firing. These really are truly crazy times we're living in. Coronavirus is impacting the way we live, the way we dine. Cafes and restaurants and other food-based businesses are closing at an alarming rate due to lockdowns and restrictions of operations. So it'll come as absolutely no surprise that one of our best tips for new food businesses to consider launching at this time would be a cloud kitchen. And the number one reason why is because they're immune to restrictions. They're not a shop front. You're not reliant on people coming on site and interacting with front of house staff to make their purchases. So stay tuned. We're going to go through all of the reasons why we think cloud kitchens are a great new food business idea in the present climate. Now, the number one reason would have to be that it has much lower setup costs. It is much cheaper to set up a ghost kitchen or cloud kitchen than any other restaurant, cafe or food-based business. And the reason being is because it's not customer facing. So from a fit out perspective, you don't need to fit out the front of house of a restaurant. You don't need the seating area. You don't need the furniture. You don't need to pay for the space. You just need the kitchen. You can also save a lot on equipment because you just need a kitchen that has the equipment that is specific to your cuisine. Most commercial kitchens, when they're set up, have a lot of redundant equipment, which all equates to money and cost when you're setting up. You also don't need a really highly visible location. You don't need to be based in a convenient location for your target market because the product is going from your cloud kitchen direct to their homes or offices. So whether that be through in-house delivery or using a third-party delivery platform. So you can be located anywhere. So there's great savings on rental costs. But most of all, you need a premises probably half or even a third of the size that you normally would because you don't need front of house space. Before we continue, what would be your main motivators for wanting to open a cloud kitchen? Is it the lower setup costs? Is it the convenience because you don't have to commit to a high visible location? Or is it that you don't want to have the front of house customer facing roles to have to contend with? Pop your thoughts in the comments below and let's see why people are interested in cloud kitchens. Reason number two would have to be that you have the ability to access a much shorter rental period. Most cafes or restaurants, depending on where you're located, often require you to sign a lease for 5 years. Now that is a long time, particularly if the business is not doing well. If you're opening your first business too, although you would have done your numbers to try and do forecasted sales, until you open the doors, it can be very hard to predict really accurately what those sales are going to be. So you may find yourself in a position where your rental cost is much higher than you ever expected. So as a result, cloud kitchens are fantastic. You can sign a lease for a year or two. If the location doesn't end up suiting you for whatever reason, you decide that it's not convenient to your place of residence, or you have outgrown the space and you need a bigger location, you're not tied into a 5-year lease. So that's got to be the second reason why cloud kitchens are a great top new food idea. Okay, our third top reason why cloud kitchens are a great new food business idea is because they're actually cheaper to run as well. Not only are you committing to much smaller space because you don't have the front of house area, you don't have the maintenance and ongoing upkeep of front of house area like furnishings, floor treatments, you know, all the scuff marks and things that have to be removed from walls, and the public amenities as well. That all costs money to maintain and upkeep. Also, you don't have the front of house staff to actually have to keep on board and to train. And every time there's attrition, staff leave, it's more cost of training, sourcing new people and training those new people. You don't have to worry about any of that. You can just focus on the back of house area because that's all a cloud kitchen is. It's back of house. Another reason, you can mass produce certain menu items, keep a really short, tight menu of just high performers, and they can be mass produced. So So these are all reasons why it is infinitely cheaper to run, not only set up, but also the ongoing running costs of a cloud kitchen versus a restaurant. Okay, reason number 5 would have to be that cloud kitchens have an enormous reach. As I said before, it doesn't matter where they're located because people find you online, they order online, and you get the product to them. So you're not paying to be right in the center of where all of your customers, like a local area where your customers are based. You have greater reach. That reach is also extended by the use of third-party platforms. Now, from previous videos, you might know that third-party platforms are actually very expensive and often have commissions of 30 and 35%. It may be more cost-effective to do your own delivery. But here's the thing with those platforms, they act like a search engine like Google. So you have to be in some way, shape or form connected to these platforms so your customers can find them. But you can offer a cheaper solution for delivery by doing in-house deliveries. Now you need to do your numbers, of course, because sometimes in certain places of the world, wage costs can be very high and it might not be worth your while unless you're receiving a certain volume of deliveries. But in most cases, it is definitely cheaper than using the delivery platforms. But the reason we love the delivery platforms for cloud kitchens is because they extend your reach, and it doesn't matter where your customers are located as long as you can get your product to them still in good quality, where the quality hasn't been compromised through the delivery process, where food isn't getting cold or the condensation is not ruining or impacting adversely the taste and texture of the product, then that's where those delivery platforms are fantastic. Here's a big one. Depending on where you're located in the world, the weather or different times of the year can really impact your sales. So we have clients who live in areas that are prone to typhoons and cyclones. We have clients who live in snowbound areas. In the middle of winter and there's a snowstorm, how many people are wanting to go outside to dine in at a cafe or restaurant? So here's the thing, with a cloud kitchen, the weather doesn't impact your sales adversely. It may actually improve them. When there is adverse weather outside, people can still eat in the comfort of their home. They can order their favorite meals from your cloud kitchen and it's delivered right to their door. Okay, to help everyone starting out, we've developed a list of hacks and insights for cafes and restaurants. So if you would like to download your copy, make sure you click on the link below and that will go straight to your inbox. Now, as always, you can keep up to date with what we're doing through our Facebook site. And also, if you have enjoyed this video, we would love you to subscribe so we can keep producing content that interests you. Click the like and then we know it's a topic that you would like to hear more about. Thanks for joining us and we will see you next time.